Hi, I am Carl, and you are welcoming at Carl. Just so here we are. Like this game is played between Gukesh and Caruana. So like Gukesh is playing with the white pieces and like Caruana with the like black pieces. And this is like a kind of like Friday candidate 2024, and it's played in Toronto, Canada. So it's a very good game. Like you have to see it because that's very interesting game, and it's like a very high percentage of like accuracy, like no blunders. Like I think so. Like in this game, like there's no like good move, there's not brilliant move, that's not very interesting move. There's like one move that is dubious, like, and it's very like interesting because it had only one dubious move. So like the white started with the normal things, that is like d4, knight to f6, like c4, e6, knight to f3, like and that d5, like that's a normal like kind of start, and d nimzo, like Indian. So after knight like c3, the three king knight variation of queen's gambit declined kind of stuff. So that's like very normal move. I think so. Like he had like very obvious that move, but that's not a kind of thing. Okay. After that, like c capture d5, e capture d5, and after that, that's g5, bishop to d5. That's a very interesting match. h6, and after that, bishop to h6, h4. Sorry, like that's not a kind of thing because like you can't do that thing, and like you are like promoting the uh, kind of pieces, but at like this position, and you just have to like go there. And if he had this one, you can like take this, but he had like option to like rook this one, and like made that things like that's why about all the cycles. So he used like c6, e3, g5, bishop to g3, knight to h5, and bishop to d3, knight takes g3, h takes g3, and also h file is open for like the white can like maneuver their knight, king, but sorry, rook, but like that's a thing, like a double piece. That's not a like kind of problem in a like early game, because that's not a kind of things like if you are like opening the file of this one, like the rook file is opening at start, is very good for like um, kind of every person. So yes, bishop to g7, castle at this side. I think so that's not a great idea. Like he can do like a castle at the opposite side, but that's also okay. Okay, knight to b6, queen to c2, like connecting the rooks. That's very good, like at starting, and I think so like it's early to mid game, and after 30 move you can clearly say that is like normal. I think castle, and after that b4. I think so b4 is like trying to like attack on this side, and he's trying to open the file like c file or b file. So after that, like going to e7, like attacking the defending pawn at rook to b1, bishop to e6, a4, and knight d7. That's very interesting because you don't have to like give that knight, and you are just trying to promote that things, and you have variation of your kind of things you can break down at your brilliance. So a5, a6, you are stopping that trick, and knight to a4, rook a to d8, and here's knight is also coming. Okay, so if you like accept that, that's very like a normal class of thing. You choose to open which file. I think so like it's better to like be capture c5, and that is also played by Gukesh also. So f5, that's very interesting because like now you have to like just pushing that stuff to make the like comfortably, like happily knight, not so comfortable. So queen to c3, like he had also their like options, but that's not a like great move, but that's not a mediocre move also. So yeah, rook to f7. Now rook to b4. That's very kind of stuff. Okay, so queen to c7. Okay, you have to say the pawn, and you are like saving pawn by just doing. I think so. Like it's better he just like not to like do that and do that. Sorry, that. That's a valid kind of option, but he chose this one. And rook to e8 and knight to e5, bishop capture e5. That's very kind of move because like at this diagonal bishop is like doing nothing because like it's like struck by that pawns, and like bishop is not that like good at this position, but that knight is just rather dangerous at this position because he's just threatening like rook, and also it's very like dangerous to place at center. Knight is very like some kind of disturbing, so like it's better to like you'd have like d capture e5, h5, f4, queen to d8, f capture g5. Okay, queen capture g5, and like after like that move, like queen is very like pretty much active and not too like at one square. Okay, so after that rook to f3, queen to g7. Okay, another rook, like he's like trying to make batteries. I think so like after that once that is like making pressure at like pawn at f5. So after that d7, bishop to d7. Okay, so that's one move that is like dubious, but beyond that like I think so like he should like do a thing that that's very interesting. So bishop to c8, bishop capture f5. So he's also doing that stuff, that is also nice. Okay, this isn't like a kind of great move like because you have to like this one, and you are like just making this capture this one, this to this, and after that you can capture that is and making some pressure. But I think so that isn't a like good move because you have to like make the queen at like this diagonal. I think so pretty much, so like he can like attack on this way and pressurizing on like this stuff kind of like squares to just panicking the king. But I think so like bishop capture f5, and after that capture with the rook, because I think so like he had to save the bishop. Mm, yeah, obviously, that's like a good one. So after that capture, that's very interesting. But let's pause. He captured this one, so it's not very interesting to like do it here because this capturation is not so that great. You are like losing that kind of stuff. I think so like he's trying to do more things with this one rather than do to looks. So after capture, again capture, and here's the normal things. And now you also have this option. This option is accepted because like at this position no one like kind of you have to save the pawn because you don't save that. I don't know, that's a like good move because by just losing two pawns, but I don't get why he didn't do that. Like this is very like good option because like after that you can make this thing, but the check is like just going is also nice. But yeah, that's kind of stuff that is done several players. Okay, so like after queen capture g3, like queen capture c6, queen to e1. Very interesting. Like king to h2, h4. I think so here not h4. That one is like kind of move. I think so like the pawn more push is also an option, but you can't like do that stuff because of queen. But yeah, this is also good ones. So at this position, like both have from starting like Caruana is like great ones. Gukesh is like kind of like both have D and F. They are like just playing A B C D. So after that one, so again like doing that stuff and making it grow. I think so that's very interesting. There was at like tournaments, you at some point like you see that like your opponent is like playing great and you don't have good one chances, and like it's pretty normal to blunder at like end games, because like end games are like very like tricky to like, because like you have one blunder is or even one dubious, and note that the one we are not saying that you make a blunder. I'm sure some kind of good moves are also like kind of some traps at some position. So like it's better to draw. So like this game ended with the draw. So I'm so this is call out.